Finally, a video where it's all about being positive and nothing but positivity about my Chicago Bulls. They're still mid. It still was a disappointing season. They're still in the middle of the pack where you don't want to be as an NBA team. We'll get to that later. Let's get straight to the game. Here's the highlights. What stood out to me the most is Kobe White is a beast. I was telling my friends that in order for them to win this game, one, no one was able to guard Kobe. Trae Young is way too small to guard Kobe. He couldn't have those games where he had to go over, like he usually sometimes would get cold and be 0 for 5, 0 for 3 at the 3-point line. Clearly, he did way better than that, having 42 points, which is a career high. I know it's a plan, so the stats don't count towards the season, but this is his, like I just said, his career high. I believe his last regular season was 38. Had nine rebounds and like 6-7 assists. Like incredible game from Kobe White. Ayo DeSumo, I already knew coming into this game that Ayo does super well defending Trae Young, and Trae Young shoots under 40% when Ayo DeSumo's guarding him. Vooch had 20 and 10, 12 rebounds to be more exact. DeMar had a 20 and above and had a plus minus of 27. Pretty much the whole starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls, plus minus was positive. I believe Kobe's was like 9 or 6, and same thing with DeSumo. Like I said, DeMar led it with like 26. What stood out to me is, like, we could say what we want about Billy Donovan, but these guys came to play for the play-in. History is not on the side of the 10th seed. No 10th seed has yet won a game in the play-in tournament. So that I thought if anyone could have done it, it could have been the Hawks because the Bulls weren't as good. But Bulls clearly blew them out. Atlanta Hawks clearly defensively had no answer for DeMar or for Kobe. I mean, Garrison Matthews, Wesley Matthews, Bogdanovich, and Trae Young. Just those are not good defenders. And to have the Bulls have 131 points, that's saying a lot about how bad your defense is. Bulls during the season usually would average 110 to 115. So the Billy Donovan got these guys to play, and his rotation was smooth. I was scared that he was going to put Torrey Craig in first as the first forward off the bench. And I'm happy to say, because I was expecting Dalen Terry to at least have 10 to 15 minutes, and he should be the first forward off the bench. And then if not him, it should have been Javonte Green. And shout out to Green. It's so good to have him back. I don't think he should have ever left in the first place. Clearly is an energizing bunny off the bench. As far as back to Torrey Craig, played 6 minutes. Clearly, when he did that alley-oop off the backboard and Drummond was right behind him, I was like, yeah, this guy cannot see the court anytime soon. That's disrespectful. And you being down 11 and you're a 30-something-year-old vet thinking you have hops like that. And then same thing with Drummond, tripping Alex Caruso. Caruso left and then came back, played like 17 minutes. He's a little bit questionable for the Miami Heat game, which I'll talk about later in this video. But I love Drummond. He's a good-ass rebounder, but he's got to stop with the silliness and clumsiness of plays. What else we had? Like I said, like there was no – I love that he had Terry come off first. Kobe White was pretty much damn near unstoppable. As far as for like the Hawks, I don't know what's going to happen in the offseason. That's just a team that doesn't work. I don't know if Clinton Capella would get moved. And by the way, like I don't know why they didn't make adjustments. At least I was watching the game, unless I'm missing something. But you had to switch up. You had to put Hunter on Kobe White or Wesley Matthews majority, even though he's past his prime. You can't have Trae Young or Bogue on Kobe White. Same thing with DeMar. Like, there was just no answer. They had no defensive answer for those guys. So they're going to make a lot of moves in the offseason. You can even go as far as say as maybe Trae Young might get traded. I thought a perfect team for him would have been the Spurs to put him with Wemby, but there's so many question marks. And then Bay being gone, just like I said, like that was just a bad outing because the Bulls are not a good team. As much as positive I want to be about the Bulls, they're just not. They were under 500 as well. So I'm just happy though. I'm gonna let it sink in. I'm excited. You see, I never wear sports gear, but I got the Bulls shirt. I found it, and you know I'm gonna rock it, especially after a finally national televised game that the Bulls showed out, and it was an important game. They did do it last year too, but now they're gonna play the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler sprained his MCL, so he's gonna be questionable or might not even play. But Miami's still good enough to beat the Bulls. You still got Adebayo, you still got Hero, so you got Rozier, you got a lot of weapons there. So and then of course Eric Spoelstra as the coach. You can never count out the Miami Heat, and I know that the Celtics don't want to see the Miami Heat; they'd rather see the Chicago Bulls, but. Man, just to have Kobe White off that deal he just signed, where he's getting like what $13 million a year, and he's putting up points like this, I do see where this Bulls team can stay together. I do still think Vooch needs to go. I do see a world though now where like you can keep a DeMar and he can finish out because his contract is expiring. I do think Zach needs to go. I do think Lonzo Ball has to either do his role as the point guard or coming off the bench, or they have to figure out a way where Kobe and him exist because Kobe is a solidified starter in this Bulls team. We have the whole Billy Donovan, rumored to go to Kentucky. We'll see where that happens because we know how we feel about him as a coach. If you guys been following me, my Bulls, or if you follow the Bulls. But this Miami Heat game is going to be good. Last year it came down to the wire for the Bulls in Miami. It was a good-ass game. The Bulls just wind up blowing it at the end of the 3 to 4 minutes. So it's going to be another rematch. Of course, I'm going to take the Bulls, and I feel even more comfortable because the Bulls are better on the road than at home. It's just, I don't know why. They just play better on the road. Like I said, that no Jimmy Butler is going to be a huge factor, but they still have good enough players on the Heat. But just such a collectively great win. The rotation was good. I'm glad, like I said, that he had the rotation how it was. Kobe got to show up. Even the ball movement, the defense, everything was perfect. You guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Go Bulls. I'm happy. I'll see you guys Friday for the Bulls game against the Heat. Peace.